Welcome everyone to the Culture First community. My name is Jessie Jacob, the Senior Community Engagement Manager at Culture Amp. So in this introduction video, we're going to be talking about who we are as a Culture First community, how we do things around here, and where community lives and how you all can get involved. So what is the Culture First community? Well, we're the largest community of people around the world who believe that a better world of work is possible, and we're willing to do something about it. So we like to call ourselves the Culture First activists. So our mission at Culture Amp is to create a better world of work. We're doing that by amplifying the experience and impact of over 100 million people at work. That's roughly 1% of the population, which is a big, hairy, audacious goal. And we know that we are not going to have that impact alone with just our software and our technology. And so we have the Culture First community, which is sponsored by Culture Amp. So what do we do with the Culture First community? We create inspiring experiences to amplify, educate, and connect Culture First activists. So how we do things around here. We have 5 core principles that we believe are the glue that holds us all together in all the various forms of community. The first one being fostering belonging and acceptance. Our goal was to create environments where people feel like they can come and feel comfortable to be themselves and bring more of themselves to our experiences. Our second one is having the willingness to reflect and grow. We know that culture transformation is hard at organizations, and that has to start with us. And we need to be willing to do the work and reflect on ourselves to be able to be the change we want to see in the world. The third principle is having the courage to be vulnerable. When we're sharing deeper levels of vulnerability and taking off our masks, it gives people permission to take off their masks and creates then greater levels of psychological safety and trust in our communities and in our workplace cultures. The fourth core principle is putting learning into action. How many times have we been to another HR-oriented or people-oriented keynote and the information's in one ear and out the other? And this principle is really important, is woven throughout everything we do, which is how are you going to take this new insight and this new learning and apply it to your work? What's next? What does that action look like for you? And then this last principle is connection inside, business outside. So yes, this is a community sponsored and powered by Culture Amp, but we're here to connect as individuals and we're connect as human beings first. And if that leads to us doing business later on down the road, great. But we don't want this to just be another networking event, another transactional experience where we're here to feel like we're getting sold to or business cards are getting pushed on to us. We're here to create a safe space where people can come, do the work, have the courage to be vulnerable, put learning into action, and be human beings. And then that leads to greater business opportunities as a result of our strong held relationships. So there are a lot of areas of where we think of community happening that you can get involved in. So the first one being the Culture First Global Experience. This is our flagship conference experience. This year is happening as a 3-part series, and that is one way for you to get involved. It's a crazy amount of people coming together, and it's just an amazing amount of energy and momentum that you'll be able to feel and want to take back to your workplace. I promise you that. The second area where community happens is our Culture First chapters. These are more intimate, local-led groups of community members and groups of practitioners and consultants who are getting together to converse on things like well-being at work, mental health at work, innovation, diversity, equity, and inclusion. You name it, we are talking about it in the Culture First chapters community. Another area to get involved in is the Culture First podcast. If you haven't already listened to or downloaded an episode, highly recommend you do with our host, Damon Klotz. Check it out. And we had some amazing, incredible speakers on there. We also think of community happening with our regional marketing events, things like Geek Ups, webinars, and our various workshops that we're hosting. Another area to get involved is some of our digital forums, such as People Geek Slack and People Geek Answers, as well as our social media accounts and how we're interacting with community members. If you haven't already checked out the People Geek Slack community, I highly recommend you do. All sorts of incredibly intelligent and smart people sharing ideas and resources in there, and can't recommend it enough. And then another area where we think of community happening is with our campers. A camper is another word for a Culture Amp employee. And that's where we think about campers interacting with our customers and community members every single day. So these are the various areas of how you can get involved and where we think community lives. And if you're interested, then you found your people, and check out cultureamp.com/community. Thanks, everyone. Cheers to building a better world of work.